Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2014 Girls Biddy Championship game here at Chestnut Street Gym. This is Kim Gaudet along with Esteban Lopez. Sorry, I got that right. And we have Pete Johnson. What a luxury we have, having Pete Johnson working the camera. Most of you know him for all the work that he does at the ECTV, or the local Nashua cable access station. He does a great job. He's volunteered to come out and help us out, get us started for tonight's game. The two teams we are looking at this evening is the Celtics. I believe they had 3 losses during the regular season.
They ended up coming out with 2 losses this evening, and then we also have the Tigers with an undefeated season. 2 very, very good teams. Played very well. One played a full system. Another one seemed to base a little bit more off of more talented individual plays.
Yeah, the Tigers are actually going for the 30th consecutive win in a row. How do I know that? Because I had been the previous Tigers coach for the last 3 years, and we made it to the finals the last 2 years after we did win it last year. Our first year we were up against a very tough Knights team coached by Mike D. His daughter is Molly D is playing over at BG, so they had some talent on that team. But the Tigers are coached by Tim Bush. I don't know Brad's last name, but Brad has really come in and helped out a lot with this team. Tim does a great job motivating the girls. He level-headed guy, never raises his voice, only when he's talking to me. And for the Celtics, we have Valerie Bridge. She's assisted by Jen Vogel. The Celtics are coming off a very impressive win over the very tough Suns team. And we are just moments away from getting this started, and we will be right back after this quick break. Okay, we're back on, just about ready to get started here. As you can see, the Celtics have already taken the court, and now the Tigers are out there. The starting 5 for the Celtics are number 14, Heather Bridge, number 15, Amber Doobie, number 13 is, I'm looking at the wrong one, number 3 is Alana Votor, number 5 is Samantha Canto, and number 4 is Ashley Robert. The starting 5 for the Tigers, as you can see in the middle circle there with Heather Bridge, will be jumping, is number 22, Emily Fulton, number 15, Teresa Ellison, and number 11, Chloe Goforth. First possession goes to the Celtics, and the Celtics take an early lead. It's too easy for a layup. Usually the Tigers pretty stingy in the opening minutes. And we see Hannah Munchmore along with Kendall Bush, number 2. Hannah Munchmore, number 5. And this is the girl, Esteban, that the Tigers need to control if they're going to be victorious tonight.
Yes, they do. One thing that I learned playing against them in the the close win that we received was let the rest of the team beat you. Heather Bridge is a phenomenal player, and if you can control her, you're pretty much controlling the Celtics. Okay,
very good point. Heather is probably one of the top 3 players. I think we have a couple of the top 3 players in Biddy this year, including number 22, Emily Fulton. She's been with me for 2 years now. Tim, her final year. Also, Hannah Munchmore, number 5. But very, very good players in Kendall Bush, number 2, Teresa Ellison, number 15, and Chloe Goforth. A lot of speed on this team. Hannah Munchmore, a good shooter. Kendall Bush has been taken to the basket. Nice block there and a rebound. And Teresa Ellison trying to put it back. Munchmore gets the rebound, throws it up, and she's going to go for the and-one.
Good score.
One of the advantages I think that the Tigers have in this game is that their starting 5 is a little stronger than the Celtics starting 5. The Celtics, to Valerie Bridges' credit, have improved throughout the course of the year, and they're going to be a much tougher competitor than the team that we went up against. As we see, Hannah Munchmore finishes the old-fashioned 3-point play. Amber Doobie bringing the ball up. She passes it quickly up to Heather Bridge. Couldn't find the handle. Somehow still able to tap it forward. Couldn't keep it in bounds. It'll be Tigers' ball. As the Tigers take a lead now, 3-2. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And we have Tim O'Neill has just showed up. He busy little guy, just came for. We have a new cameraman. See how quick we changed that, huh?
Oh, wow,
we're amazing here.
So.
We're amazing here. There isn't anything that gets by us. Here's Ashley Roberts. She's almost lost control of that. Gives it over to Heather Bridge. Heather Bridge bringing the ball up, being guarded by Emily Fulton. Now, Emily Fulton has been very successful against Heather. The only thing is, if she does get in foul trouble, create some matchup situations for Tim that he's going to have to deal with. So Heather trying to take it to the basket, gets it over to Ashley Robert. Ashley Robert kicks it out to number 5, Canto, Samantha Canto. Canto trying to find somebody. Teresa Ellison pushes the ball loose, dribbling with the left hand, coming down, puts it in the corner to Fulton. Fulton trying to take it to the basket, throws it up, can't go. Chloe Goforth keeps it in, but goes right into the arms of Ashley Robert. Ashley Robert, as the Celtics lost one of their balloons floating to the ceiling over here. I wonder if that's a good sign. So what do you think of the play so far, Esteban?
So far, what I'm noticing is the Tigers, as always, have always been very calm and collected, no matter what's going on, even though there's a lot of movement going on. If the Celtics can slow that down, I think they'll be able to keep that into a much closer game. As we all know, the Celtics was one of their one losses was to the Tigers.
We had a really good game against the Celtics the first game. And the reason for that is basically it's matchup. They're a better matchup for us than the Suns were. The Suns employed a very tough zone defense against us that we had trouble penetrating, and we weren't shooting that well from the outside. So they were kind of like caking it in there, and we really couldn't get in for the easy shots that we're used to. And here's Emily Fulton. She takes it in, and the Tigers go up 5-2, and Valerie Briggs is calling a timeout early, trying to get her team remotivated and refocused. And the Tigers over there cheering themselves on there as we head into the first timeout. And we'll be right back. All right, Amber, I think she's trying to try out for the Patriots there with a long pass intercepted by Anna Muchimo. We got an offensive foul. Wide 11 moving screen. We see that a lot. Really, girls, you have all the practices in the beginning, but no practices really during the regular season, and a lot of little things like that can come back to haunt you. And we see Teresa Ellison once again with a nice steal, bounce pass to Emily Fulton for the finish. But that play was all Teresa Ellison. Emily did have a nice finish. Amber Doobie coming back the other way, but Teresa Ellison hustling back to make a nice defensive play. Unfortunately, she's called for the foul. So it'll be Celtics ball underneath the basket. The Tigers up 7-2, 4:07 to go here in the first period. Excuse me. And Teresa Ellison with the rebound, and I think she's fouled by number 15,
and
Amber
we have
Doobie.
an over-the-back foul off of number Doobie.
So Teresa Ellison really sticking her nose in, getting it dirty early, hustling both ends of the court, as we see Hannah Muchimo coming down. Hannah, just a great dribble, right hand, left hand, goes to the basket with confidence. As Emily from the elbow, back rims it. Teresa Ellison battling again for the rebound. Goes to Hannah Muchimo over to Kendall Bush. Kendall back to Hannah. Hannah not afraid to put it up from there. Pass into Teresa Ellison. The Celtics come away with it. And this Chloe Goforth coming back. So the Tigers and Ashley Robert with a nice pass. And almost the and one to Amber Doobie. But what a nice heads-up play there by number 4, Ashley Robert. As not only did she intercept the pass, but looked real quick and found an open Amber Doobie underneath the basket. So Amber will be at the line for 2 shots with her team down by 5, 7-2 with 3:35 to go here in the first quarter at the Chestnut Street Gym. So Amber, I think barely touched the rim there, but got a little bit of rim. And Emily Fulton with the rebound. We're looking at the score 7-2, Esteban, but I don't know if you were here for the game where the Celtics played the last game against the Suns. They were up, the Suns were up 8-0 and 8-2. So this Celtics team isn't a team that really panics when they're down. They came back and won that game and won it convincingly. So, go ahead.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Celtics, what I've noticed from then in most games is that they score their points in bunches. You know, they go on certain runs. what ends up happening is the speed of the game ends up moving in their favor, and that's how they end up having a lot of those scores.
Yeah, once Amber Doobie and Heather and Ashley get going, their offense starts to click. They start putting the numbers up. But I think this Tigers team, man for man, starting first unit, first five, as you see Heather and Teresa Ellison showing some speed there, out dueling Heather Bridge there for the ball, but it's going to be Celtics ball. But Teresa Ellison really stepping up her game here defensively for the Tigers. And there's almost got a hand on it again was Teresa Ellison. And we don't want too many fouls on this girl, number 22, Emily Fulton. I believe that's just one on her. As you can see, I don't keep track. I only keep track in my head. I got my buddy Brad. We usually do the games with, and he usually keeps track of all that. But I'm not too bad with keeping things in my head. But as soon as the game's over, forget about it. I don't know who even played. And here's Chloe Goforth. Nice pass over to Fulton. A little behind her. Emily trying to recover. Teresa Ellison battling for the rebound, but Heather, with her athleticism and her height, able to pull that rebound down. Emily getting some coaching. And there's a basket by, is that number 13, Alana Votor? And that was Brad Creek is the assistant for the Tigers. There's a nice pass into Teresa Ellison, and she puts it home. 9-4. Tigers by 5. 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. Ashley Robert loses it. Kendall Bush picks up the loose ball over to Fulton. Fulton taking it over Bridge. Throws it up and in. Great shot there over a much taller Heather Bridge by Emily Fulton. And here comes Chloe Goforth with the steal. Trying to dribble with the left hand, get around some traffic. A nice play there by Ashley Robert to steal that ball, but Kendall Bush got a hand on it. It was knocked out by number 5, Canto.
And this is where the Tigers get extremely dangerous, as they put in this full court press that most have yet to figure out. And as the more mistakes that they make, the more confidence they're showing, making them even more aggressive, allowing them to actually take a little bit more risk and being able to grab those steals.
Yeah, good point. What Tim does and what I did was, if you're going to do a full court press, you got to press everybody. Make everybody responsible for their girl. So if that ball gets in, they know who did it. You know, so I think it gets them to work a little harder. And like you said, it does create havoc. And I think Valerie's over there trying to tell her girls some strategy on how to beat this press.
Oh, yeah, I know. Both times that we played the Tigers, that was probably the hardest part, and I would say that was the largest contributing factor to us losing, was that their press is so tenacious and so aggressive that it's extremely hard to break.
And they're able to finish off of those, too.
Exactly.
So the Tigers with an 11-4 lead so far, 7 points. You always get that look, don't you love your kids? You know, you're there doing something really good, and your kids look at you, Dad, what you doing? You know, like we're crazy. But you know what? We're volunteering, we're helping out, we're making a difference, aren't we?
Oh, most definitely. Always fun to be able to coach at this level.
And while we're on that subject, you know, let's thank all the coaches that contributed this year. You know, nothing operates without the help from a bunch of people. Amber Doobie almost with the steal hand, much more able to get that. Emily Fulton trying to take it to the basket over Heather Bridge once again and gets the ball. I thought it was going to fall in. Heather Bridge coming back the other way. She got the rebound. Emily Fulton doing a decent job on Heather so far. You can see she's not reaching in. She doesn't want to get herself in foul trouble. A nice take to the basket by Heather Bridge.
That height advantage is just so important to Heather as well as the Celtics, is being able to toss up a ball that way and her be able to come up and reach for that.
Teresa Ellison putting it up, and Heather Bridge with the rebound. So the Tigers with a 5-point lead, 11-6, 1:20 to go here in the first period. They need, when the Tigers see Heather going to the basket, somebody's got to step up. Like right now, she almost had an open lane, but she lost the handle on the ball and made a bad pass. So the Tigers caught a break there. Well, I got to, obviously, I got a little favoritism towards the Tigers.
Definitely.
But I'm trying to be neutral as much as I can, but I do have a love for these Tiger girls. And as we see,
great hustle, even though the ball was out. It's great hustle on the ground. That's actually another way that these Tigers girls win, is the hustle that they put into these games. It's like they every single 50-50 ball, you see them on the ground.
They do, and the Celtics do the same thing. I mean, they got some girls that go out there and they really commit themselves. That's how they got here. They didn't get here by, just going through the motions. And here's Heather Bridge. Hannah Munchmore trying to step up. Did a nice job on the first try. Second try unsuccessful for Heather Bridge. Emily Fulton couldn't get that pass through. Here's Heather Bridge. She is a great outside shooter, by the way. Bing. Oh, I thought that was going in. Teresa Ellison with the rebound, but Ashley Robert got fouled on the way back up by Hannah Munchmore. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. 42 seconds here to go in the first period. 11-6. Tigers by 5. Ashley Robert at the line for 2 shots. You can see we have 3 officials out there. Dave, the closest official to us, he real professional guy, very diplomatic. I know he takes a lot of crap from coaches and people in the stands, and he comes over, he handles it so professionally. The guy really deserves a lot of appreciation for the great job he's done this year. And Ashley Robert connects on the second one, cuts the Tiger lead to just 4 points, 11-7. 40 seconds to go. Hannah Munchmore bringing down the ball, and she throws a shot up. And Heather Bridge, somebody's going to have to box her out. She's pulled down pretty much every rebound that's been available down that end. And here's Robert throws one up, can't go. Chloe Goforth, she's got Emily Fulton with her. Emily Fulton taking it to the basket, can't finish. Nice play by Ashley Robert with 18 seconds to go. Tigers ball. Emily Fulton taking it to the basket. And if the Celtics and Heather Bridge get in foul trouble, it's going to be really to the
That's going to be a long
Tigers'
night if that does happen.
Yes, it is. Emily Fulton misses the first of 2. Once again, I'd like to thank Tim O'Neill coming down. He had a rush over from another engagement he had prior to this. Volunteered to come out and help out. And Emily misses the second one. Once again, Heather Bridge with another rebound. So I'm sure she's ahead of everybody on both teams in the rebound category. And there's Hannah Munchmore, and 2 quick fouls on Heather Bridge. And Valerie Bridge, Coach Valerie, gets up, and she's not happy about that. But the good thing is there's only 4 seconds left, and the other good thing is there's only 1 period that these girls played in the first half. So 2 fouls going into the second half is not a disaster. Munchmore throws up a long shot. Doesn't go, but pretty competitive first half. Much more competitive than the first half, or the first period of the first game, where these 2 teams got together, where the Tigers had a big lead going into the second period. But the second period, I'm going to let you talk about a little. It's a little more strategy. Sometimes, you have a kid, that might be, borderline on the first team, but a good dribbler. Might want to stick them on the second team. What's your approach to the second team?
That's what I ended up actually doing with my team in this case. I had 2 very good dribblers on my. Oh, actually, in total 4.
Yeah.
I had Annalisa, I had Maya, I had Katie, as well as Julia.
Right.
And the top 2 were just my older girls. They're just a little bit more developed, a little bit stronger, a little bit quicker, being able to handle the pressure of the first squad. But in actuality, what ended up happening for me a lot is by having the 2 on the second squad, they pulled me out of some tough situations at points where I was down. The team was down a couple, 8, 10 points, and all of a sudden they put in, 9, 10 points for me, and
that's
they're right there, right back in there.
9, 10 points on the second team is huge.
It is huge. The other team would score end up 2 or 3, so I'd look at my first squad and say, hey, you know what? Hey, those girls got you back in, and let's close this out. Let's get this thing moving. So, it's definitely strategy is a huge, because I could have ultimately played all 4 on one, but putting myself in another position wouldn't have been pretty difficult.
All right, we're about ready to start the second period here, and I'm looking out there, and I'm looking at the Tigers' second team. We're looking at number 33, Chrissa Wainwright. Number 3 is Grace Wilson. She'll do a lot of the point guard. Number 23, Alexa Wilkins. Number 24, Erin Borges. And number 13 is Yisha Patel. Now, Yisha Patel is the first year this girl's ever played basketball. She's obviously not skilled and polished, but I'll tell you right now, this girl's going to be diving for balls, leaping for balls. She'll get balls that other girls in the second team can't even think about getting. And she's got the sense enough to take a wristband off before the game started. But here I am bragging about how great this. No, but seriously, she is a little bit of a force, not an offensive threat, but defensively, this girl has got some instinct. So Grace Wilson with a tough shot there, and the Celtics. Now, if the Celtics can come back and tie this one up, or even get a lead here, I mean, it's going to put this game is going to get very interesting in the third and fourth quarter. Okay, and Grace Wilson called for a foul there on number 12. That's Thavery Hay. Thavery Hay. She's a very good dribbler for a second-team girl. She can make her layups now and again. And see, once again, you can see Yisha Patel there with the good hands knocking that ball out of bounds. And she's very, very quick, very instant. Now, see, once again, slapping that ball out. She's like playing ping pong over there. Let's see if she can get almost three in a row. There's a ball. Can't let too many of those go. And Gracie Wilson trying to get around 3 girls there. Alexa Wilkins trying to come over. I'll tell you right now, Alexa Wilkins is one girl you don't want to wrestle with. That girl may be skinny, but she is strong and she's very fast. She's one of those, you know how you like to have that one girl that instinctively chases the fast break down the court, you know, and if you don't have one on your team, you're in trouble. Yeah,
you definitely are.
So it is Erin Borges with a big rebound, and she gets it. And Alexa's not a bad little dribbler. She doesn't look pretty when she's dribbling, but she'll lose it once in a while. All right, I gotta start talking about the Celtics now because I'm jinxing the Tigers. But this, talking about the Celtics, this Celtics second team, from the first time we played them, I've been following, watching them a little bit here and there when the Tigers have played. I've seen them play. And this number 1 girl can dribble with some speed, as you can see. Take it to the basket, make her layups. This Celtics team has really improved. There's a kick ball. Surprise. That'll be Tigers' ball, but Chrissa Wainwright, number 33, did a nice job to get a hand on that. And she's done a great job defensively for this Tigers team. Grace Wilson, little turn, trying to get it over to Alexa Wilkins, knocked out of bounds by number 12, Thavery Hay for the Celtics. Erin Borges, number 24, will inbound the ball for the Tigers. I guess Erin stepped on the line and she's inbounding the ball. Now, Erin's a girl. She usually hangs around at the free throw line. She's a catch and shoot girl. She gets that ball and she'll shoot it from the free throw line, and she makes a lot of them. All right, the Celtics trying to inbound the ball. The score is still 11-7 in favor of the Tigers. And that ball will go out of bounds off of Thavery Hay, number 12. And I think we have another timeout here. So what do you think so far with the second group?
So far, it's kind of what you would expect in a second group in this case. It's a wild card. You never know how it's going to go. Sometimes it can be a great matchup, and like we've always talked about, styles make a matchup. So in this case, having 2 teams that are pretty fast. You have, girls in here that are showing already great defense. First-year players that are showing promise for future. It's like I think if this continues, it's going to be an extremely interesting third, just for the fact that the Celtics might actually still be able to stay in this game.
Well, they're in it right now. Got 6 minutes to go here in the second period, and only down by 4 points. And it really didn't look like the Tigers were overwhelming or dominant in that first period. And here in the second period, just 1 minute into it, neither team looks like they've taken control Nobody scored here in the second period. So let's see what each coach is drawing up here during the timeout and see if there's any changes that we can see when they all come back into action. So it'll be Tigers ball. Celtics hustle out to the court. Looks like they've called the corner play. Kind of away from the ball. They had it right there to Patel. Patel throws it up. It looked like it got deflected, but number 1 there, Bella Primo. I believe she had assisted Julia Primo played last year for the Celtics. And her foot was out of bounds. There's a pass into Alexa Wilkins. She got fouled there. She got fouled by number 12, Davery Hay. Well, if there were going to be 2 girls that would start at one end of the court, each respective end of the court, run towards the mid-court head on, way back in the style of the old that football league that they started. They actually put the football out. One player would run out on each team, and whoever got the ball would get the ball first, believe it or not. Well, if there was 2 players on this team that would probably create a sonic or some type of explosion, would be 23 Alexa Wilkins and number 12 Davery Hay. 2 very tough physical girls. And Davery coming back the other way. And it's a little travel there. Nice defense here by Grace Wilson. Grace has a tendency to reach in. She didn't do that. I know they've been coaching her up on that. They want, you want your kids to play defense with your feet. And Aaron Borges did it again. You can't have these mental errors in big games like this. They can come back to haunt you. The Celtics inbound the ball in their own half. And Grace doing a good job, not reaching in. That's the kind of defense you like to see. And it forces a turnover. You play with your feet. Don't let the offensive player get around you. Once you start slapping, reaching in, these referees like to call things. There's a long pass. It's knocked out of bounds by the Celtics. It'll be Tigers ball underneath their own basket. So we got 5:45 to go here in the second period at the Chestnut Street Gym with the championship matchup between the Celtics and the Tigers. The Tigers with a 4-point lead, 11-7. Yusha Patel throws one up. Grace Wilson throws one up. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to, well, not to anybody yet. Wilkins comes away with it, but steps on the line. It'll be Celtics ball. Now you got to protect for that long pass. Looks like a couple of Celtics breaking out ahead. And there's Patel battling on the floor. The girl is all over the place.
She sees the opportunities. Doesn't reach, but as soon as that ball is shown, she's definitely going right after it, making her.
And that was number 2, Lily Vogel for the Celtics battling with her. And there's a shot by Bella Primo. With Grace Wilson coming back the other way. Grace Wilson pulls up, gets it out to Aaron. Aaron will shoot. And every once in a while she makes one of those. And there's Patel with the good hands, but she gets a little of her own medicine as Primo comes back the other way. Grace Wilson did a nice job hustling back. I thought Primo took a couple of steps there. And we're going to see 2 shots. Did you see who the foul was on? Was it?
I did not.
I thought he. I don't know if it was 2-3 or I'm not sure. But at the line is Bella Primo for the Celtics. Her team trailing by 4. Here's Aaron Borges gets a break. Number 32 for the Tigers is Sarah Whitfeld. Sarah Whitfeld. I know them first names. Their last names I'm not learning until today. And this is a nice shot there. Almost went in. And Sarah gets the rebound. Gets it to Grace Wilson. Now Sarah is a girl that hasn't played a lot of basketball, but boy, has she come on for this team. She had a high of 6 points in one game. There's a traveling call on number 11, Anika Duncan, another girl for the Celtics who's really improved since the beginning of the season. She's been making her layups, dribbling better, playing good defense as we've seen her earlier. So we got Alexa Wilkins inbounding the ball now. Hopefully Alexa will watch her feet. Now you really don't want your girls inbounding the ball from that point. As Grace Wilson throws up a shot from the elbow and sinks that one, puts her team up by 6, 13-7. Avery Hay coming back the other way. Alexa Wilson there, and the rebound goes to Sarah Whitfeld. Here comes Grace Wilson the other way, gets by one defender. Grace going to the basket. She had an open lane there for a while, but give credit to, I believe it's number 2 there, Lily Vogel. Lily Vogel doing a nice job hustling back, preventing Grace Wilson from finishing that layup. So Sarah Whitfeld trying to inbound the ball. She got it to Anisha Patel, who had the height advantage underneath the basket. And Alexa Wilkins, you know, one of the pet peeves of referees is when you reach in with that inside hand. I mean, almost 100% of the time, they're going to call a foul on you. She got away with a break there only because she got a clean touch on the ball. So Grace Wilson over there battling for a loose ball. She gets it in the corner, and she's fouled by number 1, Bella Primo. Not sure. We don't see the bonus situation on the free throw department on the board. It's got to be getting close. I think he just said it 1-1, right?
He did. It is 1-1. That is the 8th team foul for the Celtics at this point.
All right, so Grace Wilson, number 3 at the line for the Tigers. Her team up by 6 points, 13-7, 4:12 to go in the half. And ball had plenty of height, just needed a little more distance. But you can see that some of these younger players have a little trouble getting it to the basket. Well, here comes Stavery back the other way. He's got Krissa Wainwright on her. Krissa falling all the way. Rebound goes to Sarah Whitfeld. Trying to get out of some serious traffic there. There's a shot put up and in. Oh no, I thought that ball was falling in. And here comes Krissa Wainwright. She is a left-handed dribbler, and so far she's trying to take it all the way. Passes it off to Wilkins. Wilkins can't get it to go. Patel knocks it out of bounds. Avery Hay inbounding the ball for the Celtics. The girls' Biddy championship game from Chestnut Street Gym. 13-7. Tigers by 6. Sarah Weinfeld for the Tigers, and number 21. No, we don't have a 21. No, do we have one over there?
We do have 21. One here for 21.
Hannah Martin. Hannah Martin.
Great steal by number 11, Nashua.
That's Annika Duncan. There's another nice play by Alexa Wilkins. Forces Stavery to get that ball trapped on her shoulder. So it'll be Tigers' ball coming back the other way. And Sarah Whitefeld will inbound the ball. As I was saying, she had a high of 6 points, I think, in one game. She's been able to score, I think, in almost every game. And when you get that kind of production off the second team, you know that's a plus for your team. There's Alexa Wilkins. Anisha Patel can't finish. That's her problem there. And then she gets one to drop finally. So Patel, all of her hard work on defense finally paying off as she gets rewarded with 2 points. And she puts her team up by 8, 15-7. Krissa Wainwright called for the foul. And they are in a 1-on-1 situation. Going to the line will be Avery Hay. Hey, what do you say? Let's take the ball the other way. Yeah, we need some cheerleading. Usually have my buddy Brad Sweet drives all the way up from Boston, Massachusetts, helps me do this game, but they've really expanded their facility down there at the Boxford Cable Access. He's got like 6 crews going. He's got a regular job, and he does the government, the public, the sports, and Masconomet Sports is huge down there. He covers everything from badminton to tiddlywinks. You know, so boy, that's a tough, and maybe cricket next year. You never know. No, I'm teasing you. No, they cover a lot of sports down there. I've been working with Brad for about 16 years, I think, with football. We did our first soccer game together. Same thing, I showed up at a soccer game 20 years ago, and he goes, you're a soccer coach, aren't you? I go, yeah. He goes, well, the guy that was supposed to show up didn't show up. He says, You're in. He says, in what? In trouble. And I've been in trouble ever since. So
this is
this is it. So this is your initiation.
So this is not an uncommon occurrence in the cases of, hey.
No, this is how we get our start. You never know. I mean, Annie might see you 3-4 years from now on ESPN, right next to me. I hope. That would be. And Tim's going to get a job too, right, Tim? See? Tim, how long you been doing this for? 7 years, yeah. Tim has done a lot of the games with us. He's done the junior Biddy games when my daughter played back then. Good to have a good camera guy. So what are they talking about now, Esteban?
Honestly, if I had to think of what they're talking about on this end, we're on with the Celtics. We're probably talking about making sure we can control that ball. It seems that the pressure that the Tigers have been able to put on them is allowing them to lose the ball a little bit. You end up missing 100% of the shots that you're not able to take.
Exactly.
And in this case, it seems that they have a great drive, and then right at the end, something just ends up, and it's usually loss of ball control.
Back,
Tigers hustling back, being able to get in front.
It's like any sport in the world. You've got to be a finisher. I mean, you could do an arabesque, all those other ballet moves, you look pretty and great, but if you can't put the ball in the basket, if you can't score that field goal, if you can't shoot that goal in soccer, if you can't hit that baseball, you're not going to go anywhere. So you got to finish. That's the moral of the story. Stop aggravating your father. We'll have the cable police come down and arrest you. We have cable police. We have a cable TV police department that'll come down and get you. All right, so we got a 15-7 score here. The Tigers starting to take a little bit of control, but like I said, the Suns are up 8-0 to start the game last week, and the Celtics came back in a dominant fashion, really took control of that game and won it. As we see Deja. Deja, I was going to say, this is another girl. What a surprise she's been. This girl can shoot the basketball and dribble a little bit, and that, once again, is a big plus for your second team. And there's Alexa Wilkins pulling down a big rebound, coming back the other way, dribbling a little fast, and she's going to get a free coast-to-coast. Alexa Wilkins for two, 19-7. The Tigers starting to open this one up. Davery.
What speed and ball handling can do for you, especially on a second set, it can be tremendous. Like you were just saying, they're starting to open up the game a lot with minor mistakes that the defense is helping them, is helping them along with.
And there's Anika Duncan with Sarah Weinfeld with another rebound. She's got 3 or 4 rebounds. She's only been in for a few minutes. Grace Wilson with the left hand coming back the other way, gives it to Wilkins. Wilkins taking it to the basket, puts it up off the rim, gets another try, can't finish. And back the other way for the Celtics is number 2, Lily Vogel. Vogel gets it over to Thavery. Thavery, I don't know if she was trying to shoot a pass, but here comes Alexa Wilkins back the other way. She's got Anisha Patel. Patel puts one dribble and then a hard shot off the backboard. Another shot is Sarah Whitfeld. That's a tough name for me to pronounce. Grace Wilson. Over to Wilkins. Wilkins, right hand, taking it to the basket. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Deja. Deja, she gets blocked on a nice play by Anika Duncan. Wilkins gets another shot at the ball. 1:14 to go, 19-7. Wilkins with a shot. Loose ball goes to Anika Duncan. She's taken to the basket. Dribbling a little too high. She's got to get that dribble down a little lower. Davery Hay gets it over to Canto. I'm sorry, Primo. And it'll be Tigers ball off Celtics. Okay, 23 into the game for the first time, Sarah Dobbins. There's 2 Dobbins on the team, number 3, Caroline Dobbins, and I guess they're just cousins, not sisters, so 23, Sarah Dobbins into the game. Grace Wilson gets a pass over to Alexa Wilkins. Wilkins taking it to the basket once again, and can't get it to go.
What a great drive she has. Being able to get to the basket, as soon as she's able to actually learn how to finish those, she's definitely going to be one to watch for.
Well, you know, I found that this level is just You can tell the girls to go to the basket. You can beg them to go to the basket. You can pay them to go to the basket. But unless they try, whether they fail or succeed, they have to go and try to do it. They try to be aggressive to the rim. And that's what both Tim and Brad have been teaching these girls all year long. Take it aggressive to the basket, dish it off, pull up, do what you got to do, but force the defense to commit, open somebody up, and hopefully you can dish it off and get a nice open layup. There's a nice shot there by, I can't see.
Number 1, that was Primo again.
Primo again. Okay, here comes, look at
here comes Wilkins, the speed,
yeah.
right to the basket. Like I said, once she's able to actually finish those, it's like we're going to be seeing a completely different player. I don't expect her to be on that second squad as soon as she learns to be able to complete that out.
She's got the ability overall. She's a decent offensive player, but her specialty is defense and athleticism. She's a leaper. She's strong. I mean, if you're battling her for the ball, 9 out of 10 times, Alexa's going to pull that out of your hands. The Celtics trying to get to the basket, and I believe it's off the... Okay, that was off the foot of Elise. Elise into the game, and it's over there, number 14.
Elise Mikhailov.
Good, I'm glad you pronounced that one. All right, Duncan throws one up at the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer.
Whoa, Anika Duncan. Last second shot to finish the Celtics off with a little bit of momentum as we go into halftime. 19-9, the Tigers with a 10-point lead. This is Kim Gaudet along with Esteban Lopez, Tim O'Neill on camera, and his daughter Annie sitting in front of us aggravating us for the whole first half, and we appreciate the love you're giving us. And we'll be back for second half action here at the Chestnut Street Gym where the Celtics and the Tigers are going head-to-head for the Biddy Championship game. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the start of the second half. The Tigers, the undefeated Tigers, 14-0 right now, looking for their 30th consecutive win. The Celtics, I believe, coming into this game, including playoffs, are 11-3. One of the losses to my friend here, Esteban Lopez, and the Lakers. Another loss to the Tigers, and I'm not, who was the third loss to? I'm not.
They actually only had 2 losses.
Oh, 2. So it was two losses. Okay, so they're coming in here 12-2 then. Okay. As we see Heather Bridge, and we talked about Heather earlier. I mean, and there's a long shot by Ashley Robert, goes out of bounds. It'll be Tigers ball. So the second team built up the lead for the first team. The first team coming into the second half here with a little bit more of a comfort zone. As we see Hannah Munchamo taking it all the way to the basket. And that's the aggressiveness that the coaches are trying to drill into these girls' heads. Unfortunately, Emily Fulton lost the handle on that one, went out of bounds. It'll be Tigers, I'm sorry, Celtics ball with the Tigers applying full court pressure. And Amber Doobie getting that in just under the 5 seconds. Hannah Munchamo with the steal. Quick pass over to Emily Fulton. And Emily unable to finish. And that's 2 fouls on Emily. And so she's going to have to take it easy. See the referee Dave talking to Heather. Say next year, if I have a team, I want you to be my starting player. He says I pay well, but Valerie's done a, to her credit, she's done a great job. This Celtics team is a much better team right now than they were earlier in the season. So Dave's over-explaining. I think they're talking about only after a made basket are you able to run along the baseline or the baseline, and you can throw the ball out of bounds. As far as I know, you can run only after a made basket each end of the baseline.
Yeah, it's anytime it's a live ball. It's not anytime it's a dead ball into the game. It has to be stationary.
Right. So,
but what people fail to tell you is that you can actually move back as far as you need to. So if they're crowding that line, you can back up to be able to get that space.
And the defender is not allowed to reach over that extended baseline, vertical baseline. Sometimes you see defensive players get cautioned for reaching over the line. There's a pass into Ashley Roberts. She got fouled by Hannah Muchamore. She'll be at the line for 2 shots. Her team down by 10, 19-9. 6:08 to go in the third period here. And unable to connect on the first attempt. Once again, Ashley Robert at the line. I think that one slipped out of her hand a little bit as Emily Fulton, first one to the ball. Pass up to Chloe Goforth. Amber Doobie hustling back to knock that out of bounds. Nice play by Amber Doobie. Hustling back, playing some good D for her Celtics team. And Kendall Bush inbounded the ball.
Going out. It's like, hey.
She was over that line. And Teresa Ellison for 2. Grabbed the rebound, put it right back up. Ball's inbounded quickly to Heather Bridge. Heather Bridge quickly up to Amber Doobie. Amber Doobie
fouled on the ground.
That might be 3 on her.
I think that's 3.
Yeah,
no.
so
and with Teresa on the other end, it's like she did one of the things that we always want to teach the girls. It's like, as you grab that rebound, don't bring the ball back down. Immediately bring it back up.
Right back up, exactly. And she finished. And Kendall Bush had nothing but ball. It looked like a dangerous play. Kendall made a tough pass. Amber Doobie picks up the loose ball. Heather Bridge shaking up on the play. The referee's going over to check on her status. Looks like she's okay. The Celtics cannot lose the presence of Heather Bridge.
Not only from the offensive side, but
either
just
side. Yeah, she's been pulling down rebounds. She's been making
rebounds.
shots.
She can redirect passes and be right back in the same exact area.
But her arms aren't
Tigers.
long enough to catch a pass like that from Amber Doobie. So,
we see a substitution coming in.
Okay, Ashley Robert came out. I think Valerie just wanted to talk to her. Teresa tried to put that one back up but couldn't go. But got a hand on it, gets it up to Kendall Bush. Kendall trying to dribble through a bunch of traffic, still on her feet. Somehow, Chloe Goforth stepped on the line to be out of bounds. Somehow Kendall got through about 3 or 4 girls on the dribble, but by the time she got to the basket, she was off balance and couldn't get a shot off. So that's number 13, Alana Votor, went in just for a couple of seconds so Valerie could coach up Ashley Robert. Amber Doobie with the ball into the corner. And that's stolen by Emily Fulton. Now, I don't understand that this girl's got something on her wrist, and they made Yisha Patel take something off of her wrist, so I don't know what that is. And Teresa Ellison battling for the ball with Amber Doobie, knocked out of bounds by the Celtics. It'll be Tigers ball, and number 13 back into the game, Alana Votor. Amber Doobie, I think, might be getting arrested with 3 or 4 fouls. So she's getting coached up by Valley. So calm down here. Well, the Tigers with a 23-9 lead. 4:47. Chloe Goforth. That ball might have got deflected. Rebound goes to the Celtics. Ashley Robert coming back the other way. You like to see the girls dribbling with the left hand, but Kendall Bush with a great steal and a nice pass to Emily Fulton. Unfortunately, couldn't finish, but Hannah Muchamore is there. She can't get it to go. Tigers having a tough time finishing down at their own end as we see Ashley Robert for the Celtics traveling. It'll be Tigers ball. So Amber, I think she has 3 fouls, but what Valerie's doing is she's just taking each child out, talking to them a little bit, getting them focused, trying to get her team back into this game. And Hannah Muchamore pulls up from the free throw line and hits one, 25-9. Tigers pulling away now. So I guess this means you and Annie are invited to Villa Barker after the game for Coach Bush's celebration party. Having some free food, and he might even buy you a drink. Well, let's,
Great hustle by Chloe right over there, bringing that ball back in and actually tossing it back, being touched by Heather before it actually bounced back out in that area.
Well, the party is going to be on whether they win or lose. It's just what type of party they're going to have will depend on the outcome of the game. I hate to say anything because I've seen the Celtics come back. Once they get their game going and start clicking, they can put some points up. So here we go again. Number 13, Alana Votor, and she'll give number 3, Caroline Dobbins. So this is the other Dobbins girl, number 3, Caroline Dobbins, cousin of Sarah Dobbins. And Emily Fulton with the great hands. Oh, stepped out of bounds. But what a nice defensive play by Emily. When you get a girl like Heather Bridge, or even Emily Fulton, had a much more. What a bullet pass!
Wow.
I
think she does need to go over the trial for the Patriots in this case.
That might have qualified her for at least a trial with the Patriots. That was a rocket right past one of her teammates. So Amber Doobie showing some arm strength there. So she inbounds the ball. But as I was saying is you want to deny this person the ball. You want to do anything you can for them not to even touch it, not to even look at it if you can help it. So I do a lot of high school games, and sometimes you'll run into a team that really has one superstar, and you just, anytime that particular girl touches the ball, like Heather right now is going to score from the free throw line. Anytime that particular girl, something magic's going to happen. So you want to deny that girl the ball.
The Tigers are so good at doing that. Yeah. They can lock in on the key players and being able to take them not only out of the game physically, but mentally. So when they do get the ball, every move that they're making, they're second guessing.
Great point. And the girl that does it for this team, when we have that matchup against the Celtics, it's number 22, Emily Fulton. Definitely an underrated player in this league. I mean, the girl plays both ends of the court. You could see her defensive ability as she jumps out, anticipates passes, intercepts them and knocks them away. But what a great job she does on Heather Bridge. She may be in a little bit of a foul trouble, and it looks like the Celtics have gone to a zone. Maybe I'm not paying attention, but
it does look like they went to a 2-3 zone, trying to see maybe they can stop some of the penetration.
I'm not sure when that started. We really need to pay attention more. But there's Emily Fulton with a rebound. Gets it over to Hannah Munchimo. Long pass to Chloe Goforth. And
just a little too much.
Unfortunately, she's not built like Rob Gronkowski, so she's unable to pull that pass down. But Chloe, another girl that does a great job on this first team, usually makes all of her layups. Speedy dribbler. Very heads-up defender, and I think Valerie's telling us, look, let's slow things down. Let's catch our breath. We can do this. We can make a comeback. It's 25-11. Still got a long way to go. Let's get it together. Let's make something happen. On the other hand, Coach Tim and Brad are saying, I don't know, what are they saying?
Honestly, I'd probably be talking and saying, hey, you know what? Let's keep this game nice and calm. It's like the calm of the game is the less mistakes we're going to be seeing. Not to hold on to the ball too long, but don't rush your shots. Make sure you're looking for a really good shot. If you have that extra pass we would take to possibly get a better high percentage shot, that might be the better way to go.
Yeah. Well, you got to lead, and a lot of teams, especially in football games, or where they stop their offense. They kind of play not to lose, and unfortunately, when you don't play aggressive, the other team takes over the aggressive thing, and then they can come back on you and put you away in the end. All right, let's see if the strategy that both coaches have talked about here during the timeout is going to pay off when we see some play get restarted here. 2:52 to go, third period. Tigers 25, Celtics 11. Amber Doobie inbounds the ball to Heather Bridge. Heather Bridge has a lane to the basket, throws it up and in.
So those are the things we want to make sure that you are stopping. Whether it's getting in front of her to alter her movement, you don't want to allow her to start getting in there.
Into Chloe Goforth. Chloe got tied up there. And two girls you don't want on either side of you, Amber Doobie and Heather Bridge, two strong, coordinated girls. battling you for the ball. There's a pass over to Fulton, back to Kendall Bush. Kendall with a long shot. Teresa Ellison finishes. Teresa, once again, catch and shoot there. 27-13. Ashley Robert coming back the other way, dribbling with the left hand, switching hands. Nice little turnaround there. There's Amber Doobie, switches to the right, throws one up. Back Grimsik gets her own rebound, throws another shot up. And it's in at the end one. So Amber Doobie and the Celtics trying to battle back here in the third period. 27-15. Tigers by 12. Amber will go to the line for the and one. So Val seems like she's doing a good job settling her team down. She's definitely not letting the Tigers get in their head, and they're not quitting, that's for sure. As Heather goes up for a shot, tough angle. Fulton comes back, she pulls up, resets the offense, gets it to Muchamore. Muchamore pulls up at the free throw line. Almost, there's Teresa. Oh, Teresa Ellison put it right back up, but didn't go this time. Amber Doobie with the ball, gets it over to Heather Bridge. Not only is Heather a good shooter and defender, but she can dribble and pass as well. Very good passer. And there's Emily Fulton on her. Nice passing to Doobie. Doobie, oh, I thought that was going in. And Roberts gets fouled by Kendall Bush. Ashley Robert will be going to the line once again. I think she's 1 for 4 at the free throw line.
She is. These are some of the things that the Tigers wouldn't want happening. Even though you have a high lead, fouls, not only do they give them a chance to score, but it also stops the clock.
Yeah, and gives the other team the rest. And Ashley Robert with a nice free throw there. So the Celtics cutting into the Tigers' lead here. 27-16, Tigers by 11, but they were up by as much as 14, and she makes them both. Cuts the lead to 10, 27-17. That was the Tigers' lead at halftime. They build up a 14-point lead, but now the Celtics, after that timeout, have battled back as Teresa Ellison couldn't keep that in bounds. And the Celtics with some momentum here, on a little bit of a run. So Amber Doobie inbounded the ball, Hannah Muchamore on her. There's a pass. Both girls did a nice job there. Keep that ball in bounds, and went off the foot of Teresa Ellison out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball underneath the basket. 27-17, 1:16 to go here in the third period. Celtics looking for an open shot. Nice head fake by Heather Bridge. Pulls up for a shot. Rebound, Ashley Robert. Ashley Robert cuts the lead to 8. 27-19. Hannah Muchamore into Teresa Ellison. Teresa Ellison with an answer on the other end. But what a nice feed there by Hannah Muchamore. 29-19. Tigers by 10. Heather Bridge loses it to Chloe Goforth. Gets it up to Fulton. Fulton throws it up and in. Tigers getting a little bit of a run back here. 31-19 by 12. Heather Bridge with the ball. Gets it over to Doobie. Doobie with the head fake. Tried the baseline. Blocked by Muchamore. Gets it over to Robert. Robert, who just made a nice shot. Almost traveled there. Doobie with the fake. Throws it up and in. Amber Doobie with a nice head fake. Put the ball on the floor for a dribble. Popped and shot. Made it. 31-21. 12 seconds to go. Hannah Muchamore inside the arc. Off the glass and in. Unfortunately, no three-pointers here. That would have been only a 2 anyway. And Hannah Muchamore, once again, after making the shot, makes a great defensive play as we see time run out here in the third period. With the Tigers 33, the Celtics 21. The Celtics are not going away, folks, so don't you go away. Okay, about ready to start the fourth and final period here, where the Celtics are taking on the Tigers for the girls' Biddy Championship of Nashua, New Hampshire. The Tigers looking for their 30th consecutive win and their second championship title in a row. They're coached by Tim Bush, assisted by Brad Creek. The Celtics, coached by Valerie Bridge, assisted by Jim Vogel. I'm here alongside of Estevan Lopez with Tim O'Neill doing excellent camera work. And Payne and you-know-what, Annie in front of us. Estevan, the Celtics are not going away.
They're not. Now it's going to see what's the strategy behind how they bring in their last squad. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to, and just like we would assume we're going to go ahead and bring in their top 2 players and probably rotate out throughout the rest of the other players.
Yeah, what they do is they take Thavery, number 12, Thavery Haig from the second team. And there's Amber, that strong arm of hers. Even if it goes right to you, it's got to be tough to handle. But so Thavery's in there along with number 2. That's Lily Vogel. 15 Amber Doobie, 14 Heather Bridge, 4 Ashley Robert. And the one substitution the Tigers have not on their starting group. 23 Alexa Wilkins starting here in the 4th period. Kendall Bush leaping for that steal. Emily Fulton can't get it to go. Rebound by Heather Bridge. There's a long pass picked up by Hannah Munchamore. Hannah Munchamore's got people all over her. She's fouled by Amber Doobie. That's got to be 3 or 4.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that is her 4th.
Yeah. All right. So right away. Yeah. Okay. Amber Doobie's going to the bench. So you're probably right, Estevan. Probably number 4 as we see number 1 Bella Primo into the game. Now Bella Primo, very good dribbler. Girl can make her layups. Plays decent defense. Got a decent court IQ. We got a timeout on the floor. So Tigers 33, Celtics 21. What do the Celtics have to do to get back into this game?
To be the best way for them to do that is they need to start kind of coming in, honestly placing Heather on the post position. Having her dribble down the ball is great and being able to control that. It's like, but they are immediately attacking her as soon as she gets even to the elbow of that key. If she can push herself up, great footwork that she has. She's very, very tall, very strong. If we can go ahead and they can get that ball right up to her, they're going to have a much higher chance because they're going to lock in, like you talk about. They're going to commit to that team, and ultimately she can go ahead and push that back out, hopefully getting a few shots.
They seem to have Amber in the forecourt, Heather back a little bit, and it seems like it's Heather trying to make that pass down court to Amber, where it should be Amber trying to hit, as you said, Heather in a low post position where she can dominate. She's taller than everybody. She's a great shooter underneath the basket, makes all the layups. But the girl is, believe me, she's probably the most dangerous perimeter shooter in this league. And they're saying right now that they think this girl for South next year might be a starter or a contributor to the varsity team next year. She's got the height, she's got the ability, she can pass, she's smart, great court IQ. And Valerie better send me $20 for all that. But anyway, so the Tigers inbounded the ball. That's Kendall Bush, the coach's daughter. It's with Emily Fulton. Emily throws one up. Rebound. And those are kind of ugly fouls you don't like to see happen, but it's going to be Celtics ball with a 1-and-1. And when you have Heather Bridge at the free throw line, it's almost automatic. (33-21), 6:38 to go here in the championship game. The Tigers and the Celtics. And like I said, Heather Bridge, almost automatic there from the free throw line. Makes the first of 2. You know the good thing about that 1-and-1? If you make the first one, they give you another one. Isn't that unbelievable? You get rewarded. And she makes them both. She makes it look so easy, too. So she cuts into the Tigers' lead, 33-23. Much different game than we saw these first 2 teams when they played. Here's Muchamore, gets it over to Kendall Bush. Over to Alexa Wilkins. Kendall Bush trying to penetrate. Gets it over to Wilkins. Over to Fulton. Fulton should have just caught and shot. But once she put it on the floor, the defense was able to recover. Wilkins into Fulton. Ooh. It's tough getting that ball over Bridge, and when you play good defense, things happen, and Wilkins unfortunately put a foot out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball. Ashley Robert, who's done a great job so far in this game for the Celtics. Emily Fulton with a hand in there. Teresa Ellison taking it to the basket. She can't get it to go. Here's Muchamore with the ball again from the free throw line. Off the glass. Didn't go that time. Bridge with the rebound. So the Celtics are in a zone, and it's a good place for Heather Bridge to be, and she takes it all the way to the basket. Makes it look so easy. 33-25. The Tigers lead is 8. Hannah Muchamore looking to drive. Pass into Fulton. Fulton looked like she might have got fouled there. Kendall Bush comes out with the rebound. Kendall looking to penetrate, throws it up, can't get it to go. Teresa Ellison battles for the rebound, gets it over to Muchamore. Muchamore pulls up at the elbow, throws it off the back rim. Wilkins throws one up. Heather Bridge with the rebound. Tigers just not doing a good job underneath the basket right now. Heather Bridge controlling both ends of the court. As far as the rebounding department goes, as Ashley Robert inbounds the ball for the Celtics, 33-25. The Tiger lead cut down to 8 points. They had a 14-point lead at one time. Davery Hay with the ball. Nice pass into Bridge. Bridge looking to drive. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Another shot up. Can't get it to go. Teresa Ellison to Muchamore. Muchamore all alone. She's got two girls. Does the right thing. Pulls up. Too many defenders ahead of her. Didn't have a clear lane to the basket. Gets it over to Wilkins. Wilkins to Fulton. Fulton throws it up and knocked out of bounds by Davery Hay. It'll be Tigers ball underneath the basket. 4:31 to go. Kendall Bush inbounding the ball. Gets it into Fulton. Fulton puts it on the floor, throws it up. Can't get it to drop. Roberts coming back the other way, but double dribbled. Try to cross over on Muchamore, but unfortunately got a couple of hands on the ball. So ball inbounded to Fulton. Now Kendall Bush is a decent outside shooter. Even though she dropped the ball by accident, unfortunately, you don't get any points for that. It's still a double dribble. Here's Teresa Ellison coming back the other way. She's got a couple of defenders on her, which means obviously somebody's open somewhere. They just got to find them. Wilkins throws one up. She can't get it to go, and Heather Bridge with another rebound. Celtics playing really tough defense this half, this quarter, Esteban. And there's another shot, 6-point lead.
That zone defense has seemed to kind of disrupted the.
I think we need a timeout over here, and just as I said, Coach Tim Bush calls a timeout.
Trying to get them to regroup in this case, but you're right. That zone is definitely benefiting the Celtics. It seems to have disrupted the movements, which it seems like it's almost like a high-low offense that the Tigers are seeming to play, using the cuts and backdoors to be able to try to do that. With the zone, you're not sticking with one specific person. You're covering that specific position.
No, then you have a dominant player like Heather Bridge, who's got the height, athletic ability, and the smarts. And there's a lot of people that can rebound the ball, and there's a lot of people that can. Those people that can rebound the ball, as soon as the ball leaves a shooter's hands, they can pretty much judge where that ball is going to hit, whether it's going to go in, hit the rim, the backboard, and they position themselves, put themselves in a good position to get that rebound. I remember an old New York Knicks player, New York Knickerbockers player from way back when was noted for that type of perception. So Hannah Muchamore with the ball. The Tigers the Celtics playing really solid defense. Ellison, now it seems like the Tigers have gone more to a motion thing, and they got to make those shots. The Celtics are being too stingy on defense. And once again, a turnover, and it'll be Celtics ball. We got 3.5 minutes to go. The Celtics, down by 14, refused to go away, battling back, got themselves to within 6. And the Tigers just seem to be trying to hold on here. So Heather Bridge bringing up the ball. She'll be guarded by 22, Emily Fulton. Pass over to Ashley Robert. And knocked out of bounds by Alexa Wilkins. Celtic ball. So we got a game going here. It looked like at 23-9, it looked like the Tigers were going to walk away with it, but Heather Bridge called a couple of critical timeouts, calmed her team down, and has got them motivated and climbing back into this one. There's a pass into Davery Hay, puts it on the floor, and Fulton gets it over Alexa Wilkins. Trying to get by Heather Bridge. She's just too tough. Teresa Ellison. The Tigers really need a basket. Nothing's falling for them. They're hustling. They're making some plays, but they're just not finishing. They need a couple of critical baskets here to give themselves some comfort. But this girl, Heather Bridge, is really working hard to get her team back in. The net ball was out of bounds. The Celtics trying a little full court pressure on their own. Yeah, so as we talked about. It was not a made basket. It was a out of bounds, and you're not allowed to move, and that's why she was called for the travel there. So a couple of mental errors. I haven't seen that call in all the years I've been coaching. And you know, go figure in a championship game with the team that you're playing, rallying from behind to come back. Heather Bridge with the head fake throws up a long shot.
And
I think that got deflected.
Blocked.
Yeah, it was. And Alexa Wilkins got a hand on the wrist of Ashley Robert, number 4. She'll go to the line for 2 shots, trying to get her team to within 4 points if she can make them both. I know she's at least 2 for 6, if not 3 for 6. Well, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's call that 3 for 7. And Valerie's still coaching them up down there, telling them how to just relax, follow through on your shot. Close, rebound goes to Fulton. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if the Tigers try to kill some time. There is no shot clock in Biddy basketball. There's a pass into Fulton, Fulton to Ellison. I'm sorry, to Muchmore. Fulton with the ball now, and she's going to go to the line. Foul on number 4, Ashley Robert. With the score 33-27, 2:16 to go. The Tigers hanging on for dear lives here as the Celtics have really put something together here in the second half, trying to mount a comeback. Being down by 14, they're only down by 6.
And this is when it all gets interesting, especially when it comes down to the last 2 minutes, game being close. Like, what kind of strategies you could place into the game as you begin to, as you see yourself kind of dwindling away? Do you start fouling to try to save space and hopefully put them on the free throw line? Or do you just try to hopefully go for another great run like they did actually in the a few minutes before?
Yeah, excellent point, Estevan, and I believe that was the first basket that the Tigers have made in like the last 3 minutes. So Emily Fulton trying to double up here. Rebound goes to who else? Heather Bridge going back the other way. Heather Bridge looking to penetrate. Nice job this time by Fulton. Davery Hay trying to get a pass into Heather Bridge. Alexa Wilkins gets it to Muchmore. Muchmore gets fouled by Ashley Robert. Now she's got to have at least 3 fouls on her, Ashley Robert. But with 2 minutes to go, I think pretty much anybody on the floor is going to stay there until they foul out, unless, if I'm a coach, if I see kids really with 4 fouls and she's really tired, she's going to come out for at least a breather, and then I'll put her back in. Because when they're really tired, then they're really going to make a big foul.
Yeah.
So there's Fulton. Now, you know, if I'm the coach here, I want to take time off the clock. We got a 7-point lead, and that's what looks like. That's what they're trying to do. So they're gonna. It's going to get to a point where the Celtics are going to have to come out and foul. And there's Davery Hay with a nice defensive play, but Kendall Bush showing her ability to dribble there. Nice. She's a girl that doesn't play any AAU basketball. This is all she plays. Doesn't even play for school, but what a great little dribbler and shooter Kendall Bush is. And she's a girl. She's got a motor on her. Goes all day. All right. So the foul is on 1-2 green, which is, where is 1-2 green? That's Davery Hay.
Yeah. Davery coming up for that screen.
Davery,
She's
I'm
so
looking at them.
strong that when she set that screen, her feet were still moving and actually moved the
nice
defender. Oh, great pass coming in.
And Fulton fouled by Robert, and that's got to be at least 4 on her. But what a nice job Ashley Roberts done. A girl that's come a long way from last year. Seriously, Valerie Bridge has done a great job with these girls from, like I said, from the beginning of the season till now. This team is much improved. It's a much better team than we saw. We beat them. When I say we, I still feel like I'm affiliated with the Tigers. I drafted and coached a lot of these girls, so I still have that love going on. But give Valerie a lot of credit. Her team is much improved. We blew them out the first game, and this is a very competitive game. They haven't given up. They're still battling right down to the end. And Emily Fulton, like you said, Esteban, makes the big free throws in the end. That's when you got to make them. They do count when you miss them in the beginning of the game, but they're not as noticed as when you miss them at the end. So Val's saying, okay, look, we battle back. There's still time. She's probably telling them, we got a foul. Maybe telling them who to foul, who they think would give them the best shot at missing.
If I was reading lips correctly, I actually saw her just say, "Don't foul number 22." So
foul everybody else. But boy, you don't want to foul Hannah Munchamore either. There's some decent free throw shooters there. Kendall Bush. I haven't seen Alexa Wilkins at the free throw line much this year, but I'm sure she can make them. But Emily, really good free throw shooter. If Heather Bridge was on the other team, she's the girl you don't want to foul at the end if you're down by a few. So anyways, we'd like to thank Pete Johnson from Nashua ECTV, the local cable station in Nashua, New Hampshire. Pete Johnson afforded us this equipment so they were able to do this game for the girls. A guy that usually comes up from Boxford, Massachusetts, Brad Sweet, unable to get up here. I want to thank you, Esteban. I put you on the spot. You did a great job. I thought you did a wonderful job. It was nice chatting with you. I talked to you at the end of the season. I told you what a great job I thought you did with your Lakers team. And so, once again, thank you, Tim. Can't wait to see this. He always does a great job, though.
What I found funny was I was towards the end of the season, I could just feel myself getting tired and just getting tired, and it's just I put more pressure on myself because I wanted to make sure that the girls did well, not win, but I just wanted to make sure that they would develop. And towards the end, you're almost like, the season's almost over, get some rest. And the day after we played the Tigers, and boy, did they put a whooping on us that day. I went home, and the first thing I thought was like, okay, I get to rest. The season's over. But the first thing that went through my head was,
how come I got no more games?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no more games.
What am I going to do next week?
And it's such you emotionally invest yourself in these players, hoping to have some of them return the next year and make more improvements.
Ooh, there's a tough break for the Celtics. Tigers ball. Those are the mistakes you don't want to make at this stage of the game. But, it was an exciting final. Both coaches doing a great job throughout the year. You did a great job. You basically did what I talked about. I mean, I don't think the Lakers were expected to be in the top 3 or 4 teams, and you got them there. I thought they were. From what I heard, they were supposed to finish. You guys were supposed to finish down the bottom of the pack. So you definitely elevated their play. You actually did what I said. You took them from this spot and brought them up to here. And it was a lot of fun watching your team compete out there this year, as it is watching these Celtics girls going from so mediocre to elevating their level of play, where every girl's contributing on both ends of the court. Okay, so we'll get to see Alexi Wilkins, see what kind of free throw shooter she is. She's getting as close to that line as she can. Throws it up. I guess that was a 1-on-1. Heather Bridge with her, like, 50th rebound. Trying to find a lane to the basket, cut off by Fulton. There's a pass into Ashley Robert. What a nice play and finish by Ashley Robert. Nice look by Heather Bridge. Got 30 seconds to go. Tigers by 7. Kendall Bush coming back the other way. And she's fouled. She's going to go to the line. I don't know, is it the double bonus yet, or we're still a 1-and-1?
Still 1-and-1. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I just saw that Heather has 4 fouls. Obviously, we're only 29 seconds left in the game.
Right.
And, they've always said it's like you have 5 fouls, you might as well, you can't take them home with you, so you might as well use them.
So Kendall Bush makes the first of 2. She was so excited about the first half of that, she's ready to run down and play some defense. So Kendall will get another shot. She gives her team a little bit of more of a cushion, 37-29. Tigers by 8 points. But the Celtics battled back from 14, got really close. Okay, doesn't hit the rim, so it'll be Celtics ball. 29 seconds to go. And Heather Bridge taking it all the way to the basket. Makes it look so easy every time. 37-31. 6-point lead for the Tigers. Look at Kendall Bush just getting by everybody. And then, once again, I spoke too soon, so Kendall lost it at the end. But she had 2 or 3 girls draped all over and still able to dribble halfway down the court, 3/4 of the way down the court. 8 seconds to go. 2 possessions. Well, 3, because there's no 3-pointers in this league. Ashley Robert at the line. I don't know, they say 2 or 1-on-1
It's 1-and-1 situation.
Still 1-on-1. Wow, it seems like an awful lot of fouls. All right, Fulton with the rebound. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2. We're gonna have, okay,
with 1 second left on the clock.
Left. So it looks like the Tigers are on the verge of their 2nd consecutive Biddy championship, and the girls are out celebrating. But once again, the Celtics team down by 14, refused to quit, battled back, made it a very close game. Heather Bridge, Amber Doobie, Ashley Robert, Alana Vantour, Bella Primo, Lily Vogel, Anika Duncan, Thavery Hayes, Sarah Dobbins, Caroline Dobbins, and Hannah Martin from the Celtics, all making a game of it. Everybody contributing. And for the Tigers, their starting lineup of Fulton, Muchamore, Chloe Goforth, Kendall Bush, and Teresa Ellison, who had a strong defensive and offensive game, especially early in the first half. She had a very good first half. The second team came out. They added to the lead. Unfortunately, they didn't get to play in the 4th quarter. But Estevan, in these games, it's one and done. Either you win or you go home. So I know most of these coaches will play their second team in the 2 periods, the 2nd and the 4th. But when you're going for the whole kit and caboodle, you got to do what you got to do to win the game.
No, I agree completely. I think the strategy that the Tigers had of knocking Heather out of her game today was worked
But
perfectly.
Heather still,
and she still just came in as a
still under all that
forward.
pressure. She still did a great job. She must have had 20+ rebounds. But in any event, we're gonna do a little bit of an interview. I'm probably gonna do that by myself. But Estevan Lopez, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I put you on the spot. You did a fantastic job.
It's definitely a pleasure.
Made it I would have been everybody would have been bored to death if I was all by myself. All right, I have Emily Fulton here, and the reason I have Emily and only Emily is because I have to take my daughter to the Roller Kingdom, so we got to get this done and over with. Not that I don't want to devote a lot of time to you guys, but the reason I have Emily out here because I coached you for 2 years, and you are one great coachable kid. Once again, you did a great job on Heather Bridge. She scored a lot of points, got a lot of rebounds, but you did enough to do the job, to come out with the victory, and we're all gonna miss you next year. What's your highlight of this year?
Definitely having an undefeated season and winning the championship was a great way to walk out of the league.
And you had kind of an undefeated season last year too, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great.
And who was your coach last year?
You.
So you've been fortunate to have two of the best coaches in town, right, on consecutive years. But we're going to get Coach Tim. Tim, come on over.
Emily's going to sit in between us. You got to defend me from this guy.
Well, we've already annihilated you. Well, Tim, congratulations. 30 wins in a row. But great kids. Tell me the highlight of the most important aspect of this season for you.
Well, I mean, obviously this championship game, you got to give credit to Val Bridge and Heather Bridge and their crew. They came at us the whole game. They played very well. I think tonight, we've had some problems with our second team recently, and the difference in the game was the score in the second quarter. We actually came alive. Emily. Emily's been, she was your draft pick 3 years ago. She's been in the finals 3 years. She's kind of a quiet leader, and at the end of the game, she wasn't going to get beat.
That she did. And we're going to try to get Heather over here. Can you go grab her for us? All right, Hannah, come on over, Hannah. Here's a new member of our team this year, point guard, shooting guard, pretty much can do it all. What's the highlight of this year for you? And what's the difference from playing with other teams and coming over and playing with the Tigers? Is that too much?
No. It's more competitive, on a better team than the team I was on before.
Yeah. Well, you made it a little better,
Thank you.
What do you think of this girl, Emily, right here?
She's good.
Fun girl to have around. I'm sure she feels the same way about you. You two guys played off each other all season. I came to every game. I enjoyed every moment. It's fun to see you guys go 30-0. I have to get my daughter to the Roller Kingdom. As soon as we get Heather over here, I'm going to get out of here. But anything else you want to add before we get Heather over here? What are you going to do next year?
Win.
You're not going to be on the Tigers anymore. You're the only girl from the first team moving up.
It's true, but I play for school, so I think.
Well, I wish you the best career ever. I'm not sure if Heather's coming over. Well, Heather, congratulations to you and the Celtics for a great season. The Tigers played you earlier in the season. It wasn't a pretty game.
No.
You guys were down by 14, and your mother called a very critical timeout, I thought. And you guys came back and battled to within 4 or 6 points. What was she saying to you at that point?
I don't remember. I was too in the moment. I don't remember.
Well, we were kind of reading lips a little. Did she settle you down?
Well, she wanted to settle us down, but she wanted to keep the momentum going so we would stay in it.
Yeah. And you guys did that. You made it from what you did before to what you did today was a dramatic leap. Congratulations, you guys got second place. And from what I understand, everybody predicts that Heather Bridge is going to play varsity basketball for Nashua South next year. What's Heather's opinion on that?
I'm going to try. I hope to be there. I'll be happy, though, with every place I take. So.
Well, you're going to be playing with somebody else that you know on that team. Somebody probably shares the same house. Anybody come to mind?
Yeah, hopefully I'll be playing with my older sister, Kyla.
And she's a pretty tall girl. How tall is she now?
She's 6'2".
Wow. All right. So hopefully you're going to be feeding her for the easy layups, right? And you're going to take the 3-point. You'll be able to count the 3-pointers next year.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. Well, Heather, it's always fun watching you. You did a great job rebounding, and you kept your team in here. A lot of contribution from all the girls. I don't know what you're doing over the summer, but have a great summer, and we'll be coming down to watch you next year. And we're all done. Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye.